Now let's move forward and let's start getting informations from this our API. For example, let's start getting let's come over here and let's start getting informations like the tests. We don't really need the test. For example, let's start getting the meanings and let's see what we can do with this. Let's start getting the part of speech, definitions, and a lot of stuff. So next thing, let's get the meanings and let's start with the part of speech. All right. So let's go back to our process.php file. Okay, guys. In the process.php, to grab the part of speech. All right. So if you discover the part of speech is under meanings, right? Now let's close this up, and let's see how many arrays it's actually passing in the meanings. Okay, so this is it, and let's also, so you can see, let's take away the phonetics. We don't need the phonetics. Let me just drop this, so we can see exactly what we're working with. Okay, that's why I like to work with Postman. Okay, this is nice. All right, so guys, you can see since we are done with the phonetics, we have taken whatever we want from the phonetics. You can still come and play with this. This is just a basic tutorial. Experts, you experts or the experts guys watching this, don't come at me. This is just the basic way of showing this. I would have actually taught this using core, that's client URL, and other valid way or other better way of getting data from an API. But I just decided to keep this to the basic by using file get content and also make this a lot more simpler for everybody. Yeah, and to avoid ambiguities. So guys, don't come at me. I'm just trying to be basic and to carry a lot of people as much or as possible. All right. So since we are done getting whatever we want from the phonetics, as a matter of fact, we didn't even use this phonetics, but if you just want something better, like in case you want to tweak your dictionary a bit, you can implement most of these features. I've taught you how to do that. All right, so I'm just going to close the phonetics and come over to the meanings, and this meaning, you can discover it's passing 1, 2, 3 arrays, right? So I taught you about indexes of array, right? And I said an array starts counting the position from 0, not from 1. Like our normal, arithmetic operations, it starts from 0. So 0, 1, 2, 3. Unlike our normal arithmetic operations. All right, so this is 0, 1, 2. Despite the fact that there are 3 arrays here in this meanings key, there are 3. It's passing a value that contains 3 sub values. All right, so this is 0. So let's pick the 0 and get the part of speech from it and the definitions. I don't want to take a lot of content from here, so I'm just going to, my initial plan was to actually loop through this, whatever is going to be inside here, and display part of speech, and also display different definitions from different arrays. But it's going to actually be so long and it's going to return a lot of content, and it's going to, I feel it's going to spoil the beauty of whatever I'm going to create. And it's going to be a little bit much more complex. So I decided to just keep it so simple, and I'm going to just return only the values of this first array, which is 0, right? Okay, so how do we do that? So now let's come over here and say, let's say part of speech. Let's create a variable called parts of speech. What am I typing? Part of speech. Nice. And let's say equals to, okay. So let's get the results. So remember, all our data is inside this result variable we've just gotten over here, and it's going to assess that value. So remember, it's passing just this one singular array, right, in this whole result. This is just see the result as this house, and just see this array as 0, which is the position, right? So in order for us to enter this house, we have to pass through that 0, which is the key, right? So I'm just going to come over here and just pass in 0, and I'm going to open a square bracket again, and this time let's see what we are looking for. Now this time we're looking for, let's come over here and we're looking for the meanings, right? So you can see, let's just see, in the house we are looking for someone called meanings. Just if you can look at it this way, it's going to be very much more easy for you to read data from this API. It's just playing with arrays. So now let's copy this meanings. Say we're looking for somebody called meanings. His name is Meanings. So Mr. Meanings, come over here, and I'm just going to paste you here. And now, when we have gotten meanings, we have seen, the man called Meanings. What are we going to do? Remember, it has that same man called Meanings has, let's say, 3 children, right? I want to get the value of, let's say, his children. Let's say the value of his children like this, the part of speech and the definitions. So what do? So we know he has 3 children, and the first one has, let's say, an identity of 0, second one has identity of 1, and the third has an identity of 2. So once we're interested in the first one, so we're just going to get what? 0. So in order for us to access whatever, let's say in order for us to get information, get some information from the first child, so we need to get its identity, right? Which is what? 0. So I'm just going to come over here and say 0. All right. I'm going to pass 0. Then the next thing, what am I going to get from him? So remember, I want to get some stuff from him, right? I want to get like the part of speech information is carrying in his head. So I'm just going to copy the key, part of speech. So whatever part of speech is going to have, we are going to just display that. All right. So I'm just going to put it in a single quote. Okay. And that is all. This is all we have, or this is all we need. And now let's test this out. Let's say echo this part of speech, and let's see what's going to happen. So echo means to what? Show the response, right? Echo the part of speech, and let's see what's going to happen. And let's comment this out. We don't need this for now, so we can see what we are working with directly. And I'm just coming over here. So let's see. I'm just going to comment this out too. Comment this, Control plus backslash or front slash or whatever, and I'm just going to uncomment this and allow the response. And let's see what's going to happen. So I'm going to refresh. So let's see if we can be able to get the part of speech of, let's say, markets. Let's see, what does markets? All right, let's see the part of speech of market. Nice. So you can see we're getting now, right? So the markets part of speech is now, or the part of speech of market is what? Now. Let's see for name. Let's see. All right, part of speech. Let's see. All right, it's also a now. So nice. So let's say his. Let's see what's going to happen. Let's see what's going to happen. Make a search pronoun, right? I thought as much. Okay. So guys, for today we're going to be stopping here. Okay guys, catch you up in the next series. Bye guys. I love you all.
I can hear the demons call when they do what they do, and now I feel like taking